Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So the live stream doesn't start in a few minutes. Just getting everything set up here. So yeah, looks to be alright. So it does. Yeah, so that seems to be working. Oh yes. Okay, I know what to do. Right. Right. Right, I'm using Restream. Why is it not loading? Oh, no. Just waiting on Facebook to start working, and then I'll start the live stream. Oh, wait, hold on here. Oh Jesus, what the hell's wrong with Facebook? Alright, hold on, I'm gonna have to... Just give me a minute to try and fix this. If... oh, whoops. Cancel. Alright, alright, so string key. Just give me a minute to try and get this working. Okay. Right. Let's try that now. Please work. I think it's doing something now. Okay. Where's my live video now? This is my first time streaming to Facebook as well as the other YouTube and all that there, so it's just taken me a wee bit longer to get it all set up, but I think I've nearly got it set up. That looks like it. So let me just refresh that. And there we are. So, well, what do you say? Right. Sorry, I got the edit live video. Fuck. I know I'm keeping you waiting, Mark. I just have to get edit live video. Right, yeah, so it is working. How do I get this fucking thing up again? At a post, is it? Internet's going a wee bit slow trying to get this up, so I'm just waiting on it. Come on. Come on, I'm so close. I'm so close to getting this working. Right, there we are. I think that is it.
So close.
Yeah, I think I've got it working now. So, yes. Okay. Yes. I'll just type in, can you hear me? And if there's any problems, please let me know, but I think everything should be fine and dandy. So let's just start this thing. Right. Right, I need to turn the volume down here before we start. Okay, there we are. Yeah, there we are. Okay, yeah, that's great. Alright, let's begin then. I've never played this game before. Michael recommended it to me. The guy whose voice you like, Mark, so I don't think he's on the stream with us at the moment, but he might join up with us later, who knows? I guess we'll see. I reckon it's Stanley. This see if I can increase the graphics. I'm glad somebody does. I take it you can hear it okay, the game. I'm gonna see if I can improve the graphics because it was a wee bit blurry there. Let's see. I don't need a I'm not gonna bore you with the let's try that. Try a bit of anti-alias thing. See that? No, I wanna save it. How to? Okay, yes. Oh no, dog. Hold on. Nice. Hold on a second. Casper the ghost crept into my room, so I had to quickly shut the door there. Yeah, so you probably know more about this game than I do. You know what? I'm gonna try getting the graphics up really high, and if there's problems, let me know. Okay. And I'll turn them back down. Whoa, what the fuck? Hold on. Oh fuck, I panicked. There you are. A bit of drama. Right. How does that? Let's see if that looks any different. That looks a wee bit different. It doesn't really look that much different. I think this computer will handle it. Okay. This is too much like some of the jobs I've done in the past. Oh, alright, I'll turn it back down. Sorry. Okay. There we are. That was what it was. So it should be okay now. There. Right, is that better? That should be better. Accident Stanley. No, he didn't. He entered the door on his right. If the video's still buffering, Mark, let me know, but I think I fixed it. No, he didn't. He went straight on to the end. Well, actually, I was fired a few times in past jobs. So I'm definitely not a Stanley. Yeah, it should be fine, Mark. I changed the graphics back down again, so it should be alright. Do not jump from the cargo lift while in motion. Penalty for misuse. Penalty for jumping. Well, your penalty you'll be dead. Let's see what happens. Well, if he's doing a job like that, I don't really blame him. Okay, where are we now? Back here again. Oh fuck, it's just repeating the dialogue again. Alright, hold on. It's okay, I have an idea. It's too bad you can't go any faster. Alright, hold on. Audio. Alright, hold on here. Right. Oh, that's why my headphones are really high for some reason. Right. Get back in here. Come on. There we are. Right.
Stanley was so bad at following
Turn them up a wee bit.
directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ah, hell, but we'll turn them all the way up to the top. There we are. You should be able to hear him now.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who are you talking about? What the fuck?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No! It's a trap. The phone's wiretapped. There's an explosive attached to it. I'll see if it rings out. If it doesn't ring out, I'll answer it. Ackle and Stanley? Who are they? Exactly. Alright, I'll answer it. Alright, I answered it. Calm yourself. The volume's good, Mark, I take it?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
What
okay,
the?
there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Okay.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Something tells me I think Stanley wouldn't mind having a bit of alone time with that. That's the perfect wife for him.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What are you...
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Yeah, we know
The
this.
thought excited him terribly.
Right, when do we actually get
So
to leave?
he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Do you think this is a glitch?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
What?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I'll go to sleep on my chair
And
there.
I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
God, is he gonna let me get a
And I
word in?
tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Okay. Well, I guess that's enough to kill anybody. Being in that shitty job. There's loads of shitty jobs like that. Oh! We're back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley
I know
came
there
to
was
a set of
another
two
room
open-
here.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Where does this go? I'm not the type to take orders. I like to do my own thing.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
I'm
from
stuck.
here, it's, left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a
Open
minute?
the shutters. I can
Now,
stand
let's
it.
see, we went down right, left, down,
God's sake,
left,
he's so
right.
annoying.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Thank you very much, good chap.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We just
Oh, somebody got
to,
fired?
oh, who am I kidding?
That was probably me in
It's
my
all
past
rubbish
job.
now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. This
No!
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
Fuck you. No!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
I
go
bet
to the
even if I
meeting.
went the right
Perhaps
way,
he
it'd
had
still
simply
be
missed
making
a
me
memo.
restart the game.
When
Whoa.
Stanley... Wait, what? No, No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Okay. The narrator has had amnesia. But bit of a weird game to live stream where I'm not really having a chance to get a word in because of the narrator. But this was the one Michael picked. This is probably why Michael picked this game, because I couldn't say anything. the narrator just cuts me off the whole time.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
God damn this guy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
It
to
reminds
go to the
me of
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Don't hug me, I'm scared. The narrator for some reason.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Now what, boss? What's that say? Username access. God's sake, this game's a...
I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
This game's a bloody fool.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
This looks like something out of The
I can't
Walking
quite recall,
Dead.
but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
There we are.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Yeah, I'll put on the next game.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Yes,
Some
I did.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I had to listen to your bullshit.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Alright, so I can't sidetrack anymore. I have to follow the line. Okay.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Stanley!
Oh, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
That sounds familiar. Is that Banjo Kazooie or what is it, ukulele or some shit? The game ukulele? Right. What do I say? Monty Ledgers, yeah. Oh, thought Stanley put on a few coins there. What's this way? Alright, we'll just follow the... Whoa! Look at that! That's like a fucking parallel universe, that is. Hey, we'll go this way. No, I wanna go for the competition.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Alright, do they block our parts of the... Yeah. Alright. So you can't keep sidetracking too much, so they'll eventually just shut you down.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Okay. Right, well I guess we're going this way then. Let's... Yeah. Back here again?
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
I like the jokes, but like the repetitive scenery is starting to do my head in. It's reminding me too much of...
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Something that doesn't have white walls.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, we don't have a choice.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Alright, let's do it. What's this?
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall.
I want to find a bookstore.
Who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
What the fuck was that? Friggin' beep.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is that the door? Was that door not supposed to be open? Oh no, it's this door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
Looks
perfectly
like the
well.
narrator's had his
Perhaps he
memory
wanted to
erased.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
We'll go this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What does this say? Get Chris out of the broom closet. Yeah, okay. What the hell's this shit right on the table? Oh, what's this? Everyone is unique, you most of all. Monetize free to play. Rate at which charts of the same side depict the same information. What the fuck? Fucking hell. This is very, who the hell made this game? It's funny. I think that's a stupid idea. More watercolors. Charts need for more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Fitton was just collecting the dog there. Right, I'll go upstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, it's a nice. I like this. Lovely red interior. And the brown oak doors. I like it. I like it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, I have to do it. Yeah.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where? Oh, okay. Alright, let's take a look then. What's in here? games. Oh, for God's sake. Friggin' dog. Dog's a bloody loudmouth. You can probably hear him on the microphone. Bloody hell, Mark, the amount of laugh out louds you've written.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Right, I'm gonna take the dog in. That Egypt Fitting's throwing him outside. Just give me a minute. Barking outside, so I'll take a minute.
I know, let him do the toilet paper.
Aaron left his office to talk to his dog. Dog still won't bloody shut up. Very good, Mark, very good. For some reason, oh, I can now. I wanted to check the. What's this? He'll be. Michael says he will be in the audience when it eventually freaking loads up. He says he'll be in the audience but not participating. Okay, no problem, Michael, no problem. Right. Let's continue then. Aaron left his office to talk to the dog. Bloody Michael, choose what? Oh, come on, load up. What is going on? Freaking Michael choosing a game where I don't even get a bloody word in. Anyway, let's continue.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's get out of here.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay. No, let's go.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Whoa, shit. What the hell? Okay. He just falls into a trapdoor. Whoa. Oh fuck, he's not dead yet.
machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this life is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he
You could
decided
jump.
and willingly
Jump from
accepted
there.
this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Friggin' Stanley, too friggin' lazy.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Or not. I can.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, okay. So I'm controlling a zombie then? The set of two doors favors concrete pieces Stanley designed once removes creep. Right. So is this like a recreation of this is like a plan of the actual game? The pacing it was important to go right this corridor having moved, not make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. The blueprint shows the office at the beginning of the game, the path to Stanley office. Sections have been added and altered. Right, okay. For the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. It's like a wee museum. Selection of the sound for the game where the buttons are pressed. Oh. Okay. This is pretty weird. Like, is it they're very boring locations. It's like showing them all in their glory. Maybe it's the same image. Maybe it's the same image as that clock there before. I don't remember. Right. Oh, right. Do you know what this looks like? If you've been to the Ulster Museum and there's like a section of the Troubles, it looks a lot like this. It's like the same colors and everything, and it has the writing on the wall. Try going to the Ulster. If you want to see something like this, go to the Ulster University and go to the. There's like a whole big section on the Troubles. Early in the development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Oh well. Couldn't have that, could we? What the hell? There's a skeleton inside of you. Oh, okay. Oh, what is this? Alright, let's see what happens when he doesn't pick up the phone. Oh, okay. So something else would have happened if I hadn't have picked up the phone. obey, disobey. These are all the options. I can't really see much difference. This is kind of like, do you know the way you get like the art of books, and it'll show like this is what we decided to do, and this is what we did. This is pretty much an art of the, what do you call this game? I forgot the name of the game. This is the art of the Stanley's Parable, but instead of being in a book, it's actually in the game. It's pretty weird. This looks so much like the Ulster Museum, it's not even funny. I wonder if they went to the Ulster Museum and said, yeah, let's make something like this. Do that again. Come back. What's down here? Screens in the development of the boss's office. So they obviously picked the most interesting design. How big is this friggin'? Right, oh yeah. So I haven't been in here yet. What's in here? Mind control facility. I hear voices.
Now look closely, Stan. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Then he pushed the number 4. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad games. Of course,
So these are clips not used in the game.
I'm just going to make this easy on you. When Stanley came to the lake,
I can barely hear them, so I'm not gonna stick around. Right, well, I guess we'll leave the museum. It's probably not a very big game, this. Like, I may be able to finish it within the stream, or do another stream. What's this? Can you? No, you can't. Okay. The game is. Oh. What's this? Yeah, well, how's the player supposed to know that? What? I can't control the game. Is it a glitch, or is this another trick? This is making me nervous now. I can't control. Am I gonna have to exit out of this? I think this is actually a glitch. Alright, 10 seconds. If it doesn't do anything in 10 seconds, I'm gonna turn off the game and turn it back on again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right, okay. Yeah, game crash. It's hard to tell because is it doing like a trick? Is it? I thought it was like a trick where it's like Stanley decided to walk in place because he really needed my help. Because he's a fucking idiot. Like hold on. Come on, let me close it. I'm gonna have to get a friggin' task manager here. Oh fuck. I need to get rid of that. There we are. Well, that happened. I'll load it back up again. Hopefully there won't be any more crashes. I hope it hasn't put us all the way back to the start again. Let's see. The Stanley Parable. Okay. Oh well. If you came in late to the podcast,
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
if you came in late, yeah, this is probably a good place for you
All
to
of his
start.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, we'll take a left this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley's a good boy. Oh, back here
Yet there was
again.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively and over co-workers for saying co-workers not supporting you. Yeah. I know, it's pretty yeah. Pretty bleak. I'm sure a lot of us have worked in these types of environments. They're
Coming
not
to
fun.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I've already been to his office. I want to go somewhere else.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would
What?
think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm
He yelled.
dreaming.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
They were
He
dead.
wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I thought Stanley loved
Then
this
he
job.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
It's a nightmare.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Yeah, because why would there be a
He felt
car
the
parked in
cool
the middle
weight
of a
the
fucking
blanket on his
office?
skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
I thought you didn't have a
All
wife.
I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I am Stanley. Ha ha!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I'm expecting like the Joker to come out at some point and everything.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Charming. Alright. That's it. Oh! Paper everywhere?
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Still doesn't have any feet.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
All
Hoping
right.
he might find coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, here we are.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief
Agent
who
47?
orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Is that
And so the
Ballycastle
boss had assigned
Church?
it an extra secret
In the
pin
centre of the
number.
town?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
And that looks like Venice. And those are probably taken from Ireland and Northern Ireland. Whoops. No, how did I cancel that?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. 2845.
What happens if I don't enter it? Agent 47 is gonna come and kill me. What's that? Yeah. God damn it, the dog.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
The dog keeps trying to break into my room, wee monkey. I'll let him in quickly. Right, you want in? Come on, quick.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I hope I didn't miss anything important there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, fine.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, should we have seen this early on?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I've been blind!
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Alright, so it's buffering. Hold on.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Is it still buffering? I turned the graphics down a wee bit. Let me know if it's still buffering or not. Mind controls idle awaiting input. This is like friggin' in university when I had to do
And
that
when at
stupid
last he
coding
found the
degree.
source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
There we are. The end. Let's get out of here. Still buffering, Mark? Are we okay?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Something tells me it's just going to
Even
show
as
his
the immense
office.
door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It looks like a slideshow of it. It looks just like a cinema screen, like he's just gonna bang into the... Oh, no, it isn't.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Now Casper wants out again, after me just letting him in. So I beat the game. Oh, back here again. Right, let me just let the dog out. Come on, let you go out. Ah, this is like friggin'. I'm playing the friggin' game in real life of bloody Casper, letting him in and out of the room.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know how people can stream for like 6 hours. I got the good ending of the game, yeah. I don't know how people can stream for 6 hours and
Stanley
not
came
get
to a set
interrupted.
of two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room.
There
worth
may not be a
admiring.
part
But
2.
eager to get back to business,
This might
Stanley
just
took
be the only
first
part.
open door on his left.
Yeah, okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight
Right.
ahead to the opposite door.
I'm gonna
and
try
got
and
back
do
on
the...
track.
I know we didn't go this way. Let's do it this way. Okay. I'm gonna try and do that ending where the game froze up.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might come into a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Well, I'm not
office.
going downstairs, not putting off that shit again. What's this? Executive bathroom? Okay. It's nice to know.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean?
What's the
Stanley
password?
wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly
What's the
tearing
password
through
again?
papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random
Right,
buttons
cool,
on the
cool.
keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code
Oh,
by
no.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Loading. It's a lot of loading. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I wonder how many have I done
The door
all.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every
I've
opportunity
forgotten
to
how I
turn
got the
around and get
museum.
back on track.
If I get the museum done, is that
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious,
will that be the
concerted
game
effort
finished?
to walk forward
Have I done all
and
the
willingly
endings?
confront his death.
Oh yes, yeah. So let's see the museum ending.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh yeah, no,
he
that's
reflected
right.
that his life had been of no consequence
I think
whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger
I'll
picture.
study it
He
once I
doesn't
get
know
there.
the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
I think I've got
Perhaps
2
his death
endings.
was of
I was gonna get a
loss,
3rd ending,
like
but then the
plugging
game
eyeballs
froze.
from
So
a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and
I
short
might actually take a
life.
photograph of it so I can go back to
Stanley?
it. You can't skip the dialogue, can you?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous
That must be the
metal jaws.
narrator's wife.
In a single
That's why
visceral
she's so
instant,
sassy with him.
Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Like, Stanley doesn't look that old. It says he worked here for a long time, but he still has all the hair in his head. Unless he started
And
working
yet it
here
would
at a
be
very
just
young
few
age.
minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Right, let's find this board. Per Stanley died young. Oh, not in there. Where the hell is that bloody board? Before I get bored. No. Always have to control my voice as well. I can't be loud and rowdy like Angry Joe because Chopper's in the room next to me. So, right, where is that bloody board? Oh, that was. I know what you're talking about. It was, the board wasn't here. It was that was in the other ending that I got, the confused ending. I wasn't paying attention to it. Ah, well, we'll figure it out, sure.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Alright, let's give it a go.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
Alright. Okay. Let's try again. Come on, Stanley, old boy, let's keep moving. Stanley? You're right. I can Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. Oh! So I actually have to quit. I'll go 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, okay. Okay. Stanley got squished.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I always wonder, like, why do they not try and brighten these
Stanley was so
offices
bad
up?
at following
They always make them
directions,
look
it's
so
incredible he
drab.
wasn't 5 years
It's like
ago.
all you have to do is paint a different color. Paint, like, each room a different color. Paint is not hard.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but
Can
you
I make it down
all
there?
this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Hi.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Yes.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. Good old Neil. "21% of the players skip the intro. Only the worst 3 players chose to play door. Most players are more attractive than Stanley." Alright, I didn't choose this one yet.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
I want to
But
see
of
the
course,
baby in
the
flames.
message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
I
Because
hate
if it's the latter,
babies.
well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work.
Put it on
Let's
Mario
give it a
Galaxy.
shot.
Oh, fuck's
Well,
sake.
Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
I can't move.
Will it
Can't
ever
jump.
be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Where are you?
This will go here. No, here. And then...
Oh.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
It looks like Willy's shack.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience.
I can
Please,
see it.
step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
What if I don't do it? Alright, fine. Let's go to the beach.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Stanley can't jump. We won't be able to get out of here.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I like that game. Alright, put on a bit of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Portal?
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
No, you let me out? Okay. Weird music.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
How did I... Okay.
Genius. that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any...
Okay. What is this psychedelic shit? Ah, fuck. Well, Michael, you sure know how to pick them. It's very bizarre. Oh. It's so bizarre that I think I'm gonna bloody finish it within this one playthrough. What? Did that go back? Okay. Well, what was the point going all...
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Why can't let's keep moving? What the? It's have to just restart the game? Oh, okay. He sounds very calm, the narrator.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope, we need more branching pathways.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh yeah,
But Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off
that
on the
reminds
wrong
me,
foot here.
when
I'm not
it
your enemy,
showed
really
the
I'm
symbol of
not.
somebody jumping
I
off.
realize that investing in your trust in someone else
In
can be
the
difficult,
Apple,
but the fact is
one of
that
the Apple
story has
factories,
been
they
about
have
nothing but
nets.
you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stan. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Oh,
Are you
shut
that
up.
convinced
Let
that I
me
want something
speak for a
bad to happen
change.
to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
It's like having friggin'
Let me
someone
prove it. Let me
and you
prove that
who
I'm
never
on
fucking
your
shuts
side.
up,
Give me a chance.
so you can't speak.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, fine. Anything to shut you up.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay. Yeah, it was the crane that reminded me of the Apple store, the
What
Apple
are we
factory,
looking for?
where they had a net to stop employees from killing themselves because it was such a shit work environment. What? What? What the hell is this? We're in space?
Yeah, yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
What does it mean? Are we in Metroid Prime? What the hell is going on here? I'm tempted to just run off. I can't. I wanted to run into the light. Stanley was so mesmerized by the light he had to touch it for himself.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Let's give it another go.
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Took him 5 times to kill himself. Thought I heard a door open.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
You can
but the
trust
fact
me.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
So
to
there's
reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Right, so I read there was an option that if you don't pick up the phone, something happens. If that doesn't happen, I'll just restart the game. If he doesn't pick up the phone, a bullet bill will come through the wall and kill him. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Something's supposed to happen. Alright, go 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm probably gonna have to restart it.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Yeah, I'm not sitting through that again. Fucking hell.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. Giddy in a way he hadn't, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The dialogue's a wee bit different. Butterflies in his stomach? Butterflies over what?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the
think there's
middle of
another
something. Do you have zero
branching pathway up
consideration
here.
for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Alright, come on, let's go.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
Alright, let's go. Come on, pick up the pace.
Just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
I want to see a counselor about our relationship, Stanley.
Stopped.
You don't.
And
You don't love me anymore.
I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
You don't look at me the same way you used to.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just... No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
No, I don't want to keep running to the toilet. Let me... Oh, fuck's sake. It wouldn't even let me check the other chats on the computer. Because as soon as I use the mouse, it takes control of the game. I wonder if I can change that. Probably not. Nah. What's that extras? What's in that? Why is saves disabled? Why was that disabled?
Oh no, stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Alright, we'll go back then. So, does any...
Good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Yeah, but... Does anything actually happen here? I think you are, Mark. Yeah. And well, if there's anybody watching on Facebook, I apologize. Well, no, you still should be able to send me a message. Oh no, sorry, I'm getting confused. If you're watching on Facebook, I can't contact you because the game is taking control of my mouse. Oh, something's happening now. Now we've got red. What's gonna happen here? It's the blood from all his co-workers. This is what it's signaling. Stanley killed them all. They're all dead, Stanley. I hope you're proud of yourself. Well, even though you're the only one watching now, Mark, sometimes people, after the stream's over, sometimes people like to go on it and watch it afterwards. You're not on Peter's stream where he's Mr. Popular. I'm pretty much a lone wolf. Okay, so what happens now that they've all disappeared? I see stars. Oh, the stars suddenly appeared again. Something's bound to happen because they wouldn't have done that effect for no reason, would they?
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Well, what did we achieve?
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Well, if something happens, sure. But if it's just the same thing over and over again, no, I'm not. Let's freaking go.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Yeah, but... Oh, fuck it. What the hell is going on? Hold on a wee second here. Just turn the Wi-Fi off and that. Give me a bit more internet. I thought there was another ending here, that's why I came up here.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Alright, well, something better happen. I just got a message from friggin' Twitch. Wanna become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views on bigdicks.com. Well, big follows, but you're a big dick if you're on that site. Fuck's sake. Right, so it's obviously going to be a different game next
Stanley,
time.
go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No. What do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Oh, for God's sake.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
We have to do it again. Oh! Okay.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Yes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I think the paper just had like blank lines on it, didn't it? Can't alter the whiteboard, can I? Rib France. Look at paper. Maybe it's too late to look at the paper now. I'm not
Coming
going
to
down.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I'm not walking down, I'm telling you that. Okay. Is that what you meant, Mark? It's Kung Fu Panda? This is interesting. Yeah. So here Ninja's gone back to Twitch. He got himself a... He's like a really famous gaming streamer, so he got the money to go back to Twitch again. So... Even though he crossed them. Ah, Jesus Christ. They seem to be porting a lot of games to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X for free. Like Borderlands free. If you have that game, you can play it on those modern consoles for free if you have the digital purchase. So that's pretty good. What? We didn't even fucking move? Come on, let's go. This elevator isn't even moving, is it? It's just freaking vibrating. What's this? Can't pick that up. It's more paper. Oh! What's that thing? What's the controls? Maybe Oh, the controls are quite simple. I guess I was pointless.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. I've certainly met a few Stanleys in my life anyway.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Is there
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find
I
out?
don't know. It's annoying the way you have to sit through the same dialogue again.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
It's like I can't
Stanley,
skip this, I have to sit through it.
co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So watching you probably like this one, Mark, Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. That famous line.
This mind control facility,
Great
it was
movie.
too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this
Oh,
very
we went
place.
this way, did we?
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I don't know what I just did. Or maybe those buttons don't do anything. Maybe they're just there for show. Or maybe you have to hit them in the right order, I don't know. Huh. Well, they must be there for a reason. Let's try hitting them all in order. 1, 2. Where's number 3? Was number 3 up here? No. Where's number 3? Number 4. And just one more. It's too bad I can't go any faster, but I guess Stanley's so boring that moving fast would be too exciting for him. Nothing happened. Oh well. Then what's the point having them there?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Thank
not?
you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
So the narrator was the one that erased all of his co-workers.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Words. Oh, okay. Can I open this door? No.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All the numbers around the game. What do you mean all the numbers?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Now you've got me confused, Mark. Oh! I didn't know I could open this.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Hey, come on, is something gonna happen in here? Because it did say on the white.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Well, it did say on the whiteboard,
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Chris was stuck in the
Standing
broom
around doing
closet.
nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
So if, and I'm still getting dialogue, so something's bound to happen here.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Alright, come on, let's do something.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Huh.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Doesn't sound like Stanley at all. He's addicted to his
Well, I've
job.
come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
So, is anything else gonna happen? Give it 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I may not stream.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
He's not gonna do anything, is he? Right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, okay, let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered? Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Whack.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I wonder if
The
there's
door
any other.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Come on, let me in.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Okay,
In a
I get to
single
pick the game
visceral
next
instant,
time.
Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body.
I'm getting
killing
sick
him
of this.
instantly.
I'm getting bloody sick of it. Huh? Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game,
Yeah.
back in his office, as alive as
It's
ever.
just the same
What
old
exactly
thing, really.
did the narrator think he was going to
And
accomplish?
I don't even know if
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
oh,
you
there's
see
the
now?
numbers.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Right, let's say there's a clue to do anything else in here. Da-da-da. Yeah. So far, no clues on what to do. Right, what else do I do? What's this? I think if you play this game long enough, you're gonna lose your friggin' marbles. Yeah. Alright, actually there's another ending here. There's only one more thing I can think of to do. And that's to do the confusing ending again.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see?
Oh yes, I remember. There's no ending to that.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Right. Yeah, you could do, let me see, I'll try to up one myself. I might be able to. Let's get this up again.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here.
Alright, so you can do it when you pause the game. Let's see. There's 15 endings? Jesus Christ. I have it. If there's 15, I'm bound to find another one.
Here it's, left.
Hold on. I'll just get the chat up again. There we are.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, right. Yep, okay.
I give
yes.
Stanley
I've
Parable
got
a
it
C.
now. This story
So
is
it's
absolutely,
average.
definitely this way.
It's too repetitive in a lot of cases.
No. This isn't right at all. You're
Like,
not
I'm
supposed
saying
to be
the same
here yet.
thing
This is
over
all
and
a
over again. It's
spoiler.
getting on my
Quick,
nerves.
Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this
Okay.
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I probably should end the video. What do you think,
All
Mark?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Alright, well... Yeah. I'll end it here, buddy. There'll be a stream either Thursday or Friday. I'll let you know anyway. And thanks for watching.